Hi, hello everyone. This is Dr. Visweswaraiah, Assistant Professor of English, Government First Trade College Chronicle, which is affiliated to Tumkur University, Karnataka. Dear viewers, we have today with this session Gulliver travels the voyage to Lilliput, chapter 3 summary and its analysis. So, the previous my videos were on chapter 1 and 2, and now it is the time of 3. Okay, viewers, just before going to this third chapter summary, I would like to draw your attention towards how Gulliver in chapter 1 and 2 gained his trust with the Lilliputians, and even the emperor has a concern towards Gulliver and providing food, clothing, and everything. Look at that, the Gulliver as a gained structure, his body, he also showing mercy on Lilliputs, and even Lilliputs in rivers, they concern him more, concern him, and take care Gulliver. Look at, initially they tied to the ground, later on carried to the capital city, they tied to the temple and walk a little, and later on to just stand up and walk a little, and afterwards to walk inside and outside, and now he was sitting like guarding with some soldiers and guardsmen. He is allowed to move around. Okay, this is how the Gulliver's travel is happening now. Let us see in the chapter 3 what happens. Okay, look at that on the screen. You have some slides to show, please. Thank you. And now, right, go to the so this is about my topic and its details. Okay, look at that again, chapter 3 summary and its analysis. Okay, go to the chapter 3. Gulliver hopes to be set free as he is getting along well with the Lilliputians and earning their trust. So hopes to be set free, but he thought that really one day he'll be set free because of so much understanding between Lilliputians and Gulliver. The emperor decides to entertain him with shows. Oh, look at now, it is an entertainment time for Gulliver. The entertainment is also an audition for governmental positions. Oh my God, look at that, how the kingdom is and how the recruitment is happening here for the governmental positions. Look at that, entertainment is also an audition for governmental positions. What happens here? It includes a performance by rope dancers. Look at that, rope dancers. They perform, who are Lilliputians seeking employment in the government. Who wins there? Who qualifies that? They are the employees of the government. Look at that, how even the performance and the employment together. It's very interesting thing of Lilliputians. Okay, look at that, rope dance as a competitive entrance exam. Look at how the title. Just I thought to give like this: rope dance as competitive entrance exam. Look at for the performance, with doubles as a sort of competitive entrance exam, the candidates dance on ropes. Look at that, dance on ropes. So that is the examination, entrance exam. See, what do they do there? They walk on ropes 2 feet above the candidate. It is also to the level of Lilliputians. Ropes or 2 feet above ground. They walk on ropes. When a vacancy occurs, the candidates petition the emperor to entertain him with a dance, and whoever jumps the highest earns the office. Look at that, how if any vacancy happens in kingdom or in the government office, suddenly that competitive or the candidates approach the emperor to entertain him with this, so that entertainment performance or it starts. So it's very interesting there. Look at that great skill of the ribbons. What is the great skill of the ribbons? Another one. The current ministers, what do? They continue this practice as well in order to show that they have not lost their skill. It is a test for, like, we can just say that to test them annually. It's like annual performance. We can say that it is annual performance indicators to show their skill. Okay, so look at that, how the current ministers continue this practice as well in order to show that they have not lost their skill. To show their skill, this practice will begin. What is that practice? As another diversion for Gulliver, the emperor lays 3 silken threads of different colors on the table. Look at that. Emperor lays 3 silken threads of the different colors on the table. He then holds out a stick, and the candidates are asked to leap over it or creep under it. Look at that. He holds a stick, there, and the candidates are asked to leap over it or to creep over it, under it. So right, whoever shows the greatest skill wins one of the ribbons. So they give the ribbons to the winner who wins with the skill. Okay, such a test is also very important here. Great skill for the ribbons. Great skill of the ribbons, it is very important. Okay, horseman exercise. Another important entertainment factor is there. Gulliver notices or Gulliver witnesses. That is, Gulliver builds a platform from sticks and his handkerchief and invites horsemen to exercise upon it. Look at that, how Gulliver builds a platform with the sticks and his handkerchief with this in his handkerchief, and so that he invites horsemen to exercise upon it. The emperor greatly enjoys watching this new entertainment. It is a new entertainment for the emperor, and it's a funny thing for Gulliver. Look at that, what happens. But it is cut short when a horse steps through the handkerchief, after which Gulliver decides that it is too dangerous for them to keep riding on the cloth, because cloth will it will skip if they walk on it, because he thinks that horse may fall down and may hurt. So this concerns he has, and he just cut short this. Okay, look at in this slide. Gulliver poses like a gained statue. Another one, another entertainment factor or thing here. Gulliver poses like a gained statue. Some Lilliputians discover Gulliver's hat, which washed ashore after him, and he asked them to bring it back. See what happens, Lilliputians, they discover that the hat in the sea, which was washed ashore, and he asked them to bring it back. So that soon after, the emperor asked Gulliver to pose like a gained statue. So to bring that cap, he poses like a gained statue. Lilliputians troops march under Gulliver. So all were marched under Gulliver, marching under him. This is how in this chapter 3 is completely about how his entertainment factor brings out. Okay, look at that in this here. Gulliver's freedom. Now, it is come to the point which is completely longing from the beginning. Gulliver is longing from the beginning about his freedom. Look at the time has come. Gulliver's petitions for freedom are finally answered. Every time he is giving a petition or he is asking for the freedom, now the time has come to free Gulliver with the conditions, with some conditions on it, very importantly. See, what is that? Gulliver must swear to obey the articles put forth. So only with the condition, if you obey the orders by the government and the articles, so that he will be set free. Those include, what are those articles and how, what are those conditions or what are those rules he has to follow? Those include stipulations that he must assist the Lilliputians in the times of war. Very, very important here. Look at that. There is one compulsion that Gulliver must assist a Lilliputian side in the time of war. So that easily, they thought that emperor thinks that with the Gulliver they can easily win the war against the other enemies. Look at that. Surveying the land surveying the land around them, help with construction. Look at that, he's surveying the land, everything, helping construction for delivering urgent messages. And Gulliver agrees and his chains are removed. Okay, he agreed to deliver the urgent messages and surveying the land and help with the construction and everything. These are the conditions laid on to set him free. Look at that. He must assist with in the time of war, and even he wants to survey the land and to help him with the help Lilliputians with the construction building, and even for delivering urgent messages from one place to another one. And Gulliver agrees to and then agrees to his chains are removed. Look at that, how with the condition Gulliver chains were removed. Okay, so this is how the chapter 3 ends. Look at the analysis, critical analysis of the chapter 3 here. See what happens here. Gulliver learns more about Lilliputians' culture. Look at that, culture is behind it. And the great differences in size between him and the Lilliputian is emphasized by the number of examples, many of which are explicit satires of British government. For instance, what happens here, which the Lilliputians see as a relevant, but which Gulliver recognizes as a arbitrary and ridiculous of this. Because such things happens here. To continue with, okay, there would be there would be officials, or there would be officials, or almost literary forced to jump through the hoops in order to qualify their positions. How officials, if they want annual increment, they should do all those things. Clearly, Swift intends for us to understand their episode as a satire of England's system of political appointments. So this is mockery of or how we saying that the satire to the political appointments, what how happens in England, and to infer that England's system is similarly arbitrary. So Gulliver, however, never suggests that he finds the Lilliputian ridiculous, but he accepts everything throughout the entire novel that's happening. Okay, so to move with, look at that how Swift plays with the language in a way that again pokes fun at humanity, belief in its own importance. When the Lilliputians draw up an inventory of Gulliver's possessions, the whole endeavor is treated as if were a serious matter of state. So you look at that contrast between the tone of the inventory, which is given in the Lilliputians' own words, and the utter triviality of the possessions that are being inventoried. So serves as a mockery of the people who take themselves too seriously. So like this, and even similarly, the articles that Gulliver is forced to sign in, to just set him free. Emperor Blade forces to sign in is to order to gain his freedom, or couched in formal, self-important language. But the document is nothing but a meaningless and self-contradictory piece of paper. Each article emphasizes the fact that Gulliver is so powerful that if he so desires, he could violate all those articles without much concern for his own safety. That is how it is interesting. So by this way, this chapter 3 ends, and even this chapter says that how Lilliputians they involve in such kind of culture and its own way of lifestyles and other things. Okay, this chapter highlights on Gulliver's the entertainment factor, and together with the appointments of Lilliputians, and he comes to know that what is happening in the government as well, and even it is important for Gulliver to know how appointments are made, or how the entertainment is carried with. So this is how finally in this chapter it is very interesting, because with some articles or with some conditions, Gulliver is set free. So this is what we just focus here in it. And okay, it is also said that how Gulliver with the Lilliputians, he just involved in it, and he it shows that he becomes a part of Lilliputian as well, and Lilliputians are very much attracted towards Gulliver. Even Emperor loves him, I think, more. So this is what we just look in this particular chapter 3 of voyage to Lilliput in Gulliver's travels. Okay, so we'll see that what happens in the next in the sense we'll see that what happens in the chapter 4 after setting free, or after with the conditions, he or the emperor makes him free to move around, and we'll see that what happens in the chapter 4. Okay, so in the next my video, it will be about chapter 4 summary and its analysis. Okay, so thank you so much, viewers, for listening to me so much, and thank you so much. Kindly subscribe to my channel and watch. Thank you so much.